It's stressing, it's depressing, and just plain pressing me past my limits. Pictures and drafts, and so much trash. There's one thing I got to do. I'm fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard. Listing more crap in my eBay store, 'cause I'm fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard from the death pile in my floor. Mondays and Wednesdays, you know where I'ma be. Primo, Kimo, Span, and Little Pokey. Hall, Major Win, A.O. Jovial too. Basket like the Buffalo. Ooh, there's so many more. Oh, you never know what's in store. Cause we're fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard. Listing more crap on my eBay store, 'cause we're fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard from the death pile in our floor. So long, beanie babies. So long, ace of base. So long, overpriced vinyl. Get up out of my face. 'Cause we're fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard. Listing more crap on my eBay stores. 'Cause we're fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard from the death pile in our floor.
Yeah. Aloha, everybody. Oh, I blew it. And we're going to do another little sax break. But that came from Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. That was so awesome. Ryan sent us his little song. He made that for us. And that's why we love Ryan. So, oh, man, look at that. That's a big junk camera action up there. Well, here's words. Figured out the words. There. Look at that. What? Wait, what?
Are the mics on? Just curious.
No. Look at that. Den Decor Depot is here. Jacqueline Rose is here. Hey, you guys.
Hi.
Wait. Where's my thing?
Hey, you guys!
It's an exciting day over here. We're jumping out of our minds. And then she asked if the mics are on. I mean, I'm a professional. Look at the way the monitor freezes. I'm obviously a professional here. Let's see what we got here. Happy Wednesday from Jacqueline Rose. I mean, look at this works. That's very pro. Are you confused? Are you just in mesmery because he's licking your palm into sleep? Is that what's happening? Hello? Knock, knock.
I don't know.
Are you home?
Just distracted, that's all.
Okay. Callie Debs, aloha. I hope everybody is doing well and getting lots of sales. By the way, did I mention that song we just heard? I gotta get back here.
I love it. Listen more crap on eBay. I love that line.
We'll just listen up to the line because it's so good.
It's stressing, it's depressing, and just
Fracking the Hoard
plain
song.
pressing me past
Is
my
there anything
limits.
better? This is actually Fracking the Hoard. It's all Fracking the Hoard.
Pictures
Ryan,
and
it's so
drafts,
awesome.
and so
Thank
so
much
much.
trash.
It's
There's
in,
one thing I got
if
to
you
do.
listen,
I'm fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard.
Look at that
Listing
groove.
more crap
at
in
my body's
eBay
grooving.
store.
Listen more crap in my eBay store.
Fracking the hoard,
Look at that. I'm just moving. I'm not even doing that.
from the death pile in my floor.
Okay, I'm going back here. Boom. Look at that. Okay, so what was I saying? Something about how great we are. No, Ryan's great. Right. We weren't even talking about us. We're talking about how great Ryan is. And we were talking about how great I am with the, thank you.
All right. And the bubbles are working now, right? Good job.
Bubbles are square still, and they're a little small for my liking. I would prefer the bubbles to be a little bigger, but maybe not. I'm trying out some smaller, slender bubbles.
Well,
Slim fit bubbles.
As long as all the text shows.
Aloha Southern Vermont
Hey,
Vintage.
aloha!
You see, it's just small. Turny. So maybe that's, look at that. There's Ryan. There's his four. That's his thing. 4 pinkies all in a row. Paul Rose, Alpha Movers and Shakers. Yes, you know who we are. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta.
Oh, and Pokey is very visible. I like that.
He's right there. Why is he so visible today, do we think?
Cause
Is it a change?
Because the bubbles are smaller.
Bubbles are smaller. You know, there's a little bit. All we're dealing with is a tiny bit of delay on the camera for some reason. I don't know why. Aloha from Germany. Aloha to you. We're not supposed
Aloha,
to.
WTF.
We're saying hi to everybody. Oh gosh, no, they're all gonna leave. Aloha. It's been a long day. You have We're this is our Friday. We've decided at some point that Wednesday is our Friday, and then so after this show, right? That's why, because then we don't have a show till Monday, so we're off of, which kind of says that this is our hardest thing that we have to do. So it's like we're at the end. But we're actually working on other things that will never actually ever come to fruition.
It's the scheduled things that we have every week. So with eBay, you know, that's part of our routine, but it's flexible.
Look at Lag flexing his iconography. Ryan, I'm cheer. Record crate is cheer. You are cheer. Fun song, Callie Dab says. Thanks. Thank you to Ryan for that. And we're going to utilize that because I like it. It's awesome. Love the new tunes, Dead Decor Depot. Thank you very much. Southern Vermont Vintage. It's true. I'm very much, I am from where I'm from, which is California, Bay Area. And she is very much where she's from, which is like right here in this room is where she was born. And so we make a good team, but I like to keep it bi-coastal a little bit. Which is to say, I literally do nothing Vermonty. I mean, I'm a full Vermonter at this point, but...
Yeah, you've been here longer than you lived in California.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
No legit Vermonter would be caught, dead with these glasses on. And Hawaiian shirts are an afterthought. Maybe, that'd be on accident.
You have a whole vibey thing going on.
Yeah, I'm just bringing a little Primo to Vermont for 32 years. Thank you.
That's when I think of it that way. We've been together longer than you were living in California.
One of my older friends who was I guess he'd be 58. I'll be 56 this year. He was an older kid, died, just dropped dead. And he was like a kid though. I mean, like he was just an older kid when I was a kid. He was an older kid. And I'm talking like 18. He was 21. Oh, he just decided to check out. He was just chilling. And then he dropped. If anybody's seen that new Bill Burr comedy, it's kind of funny. Called Drop Dead. About just being in the 50s and it being the drop dead time. I'm ruining our video again. They're going to... gotta stop with this nonsense. Hello. Okay, there's Ryan. But Ryan, thank you so much. It's so awesome. Peeping time. Look at this. Peeping time is up and active.
Yeah, dancing.
I haven't seen a sax player like that.
That's so funny.
I was harnessing.
You remember that? Was he on Arsenio Hall? Was it Arsenio Hall?
Oh, yeah.
That's so long ago, huh?
I mean, I can't be what's his face from what's the vampire one in Santa Cruz? Lost Boys, dude with the Lost Boys. Because he had like the long hair that's like slicked back, but he was buffed.
I don't really remember.
I'm more Bill Clinton burger. I'm more of a burger.
James.
What does fracking the hoard mean? What? Fracking the hoard means your listing your death pile. Getting down to all the things that you didn't list because of their annoying.
Digging into all of our crap and
all the stuff
it
that
out and
it's a little bit broken. Like still, I'm sitting here with. Remember, like last week, I was showing look at these Segas. I'm gonna get right online. Well, can't because I need to order a battery door for one. I'm gonna sell them refurbished, by the way. Secret recipe, family recipe. And you need to sell them. What can I not say about that? Anyway, I guess I don't know if I don't know what you're not allowed to say about the fact that eBay refurbished exists. It exists, and I'm going to sell them that way. That is all I have to say about that. But what you do want to do as good practice is sell it with audio video connectors, power cord. I can't locate all that stuff, so now I'm ordering new online and have to wait for that to come. Point being, nothing goes
I don't
fast.
think refurbished would allow for a door to be missing off from an item.
For sure. Not that. Aloha, Carla!
Hi, Carla! Helki.
Paul wishes he could blow his own horn. There was a guy from Nantucket, I'm sure had that. I heard that once. I'm not sure. Yes. Hello, everybody. President, check it again.
Hey, Biff.
Biff, I just was perusing an old post of yours, and I saw that the chimichurri was on the floor. It was a sad day. That day was sad because that's less chimmy for people. Aloha, silver hair.
Hey,
Stacker.
Silver
Where's
Howdy,
your,
aloha.
Where's your noise? Boom. Boom. He jingles
the
when he
cutest
walks.
little puppy. Gosh dang it.
This is
She's
his
so
baby.
cute. I forgot.
Oh,
already,
yes.
Already her name.
Daphne.
Daphne, yes.
I don't
knew it
forget
was
things
something
that are
adorable.
perfect and awesome
and
adorable.
It is so appropriate.
I don't forget.
Oh, Daphne.
Hey, you guys, it's Sloth from Goonies, right? No, actually, the original. No, he is screaming the opening thing from the Electric Company.
Hey, you guys! Moving out in a new way.
Anyway, people know that if they're old enough. You're old enough. You should know it. Check out American TV from the 70s. Electric Company played with Zoom, Abu Dhabi's Abu Dhabi, whatever that thing was that I never knew. People kept me out. They're like, no, you can't know, Jim. They called me Jim when I was a kid, or Jimmy. Dare you?
Yep.
And they wouldn't let
If
me
you're
know the
gonna
Zoom language.
Make sure you click on
Sorry.
the comment if you're talking about it.
Okay, sorry. Are you putting that on your beating list? Don't talk about that.
Yeah, that's not funny.
It's not at all. He licked me.
Yeah, looking list. Dead Decor was asking Ryan what that program is, and then Ryan answers down below.
Ryan says, I write all lyrics and do some of the instruments, though, through Band Lab. And I use a little AI, put it all together. It's so awesome.
I know, that really is.
And then you take the time.
And Paul just above was saying he needed the positive vibes today. He's been all day screwing on a good way and cleaning again.
And also, if you listen to Paul, you'd probably remember on Monday's show, we discussed with WTF2 Ace of Base tapes and something else.
The
What was
stuff
the
that
thing?
wasn't part, Beanie Babies weren't popular
Beanie Babies,
anymore.
yeah.
Ace of Base.
That's in the song.
I love it.
So he made it like on Monday afternoon
Ryan,
or
it's
something.
so funny and how he says it in little
fast.
pokey too.
He's so tiny and beautiful and tiny. Okay, it's gonna be 3 hours, like John says. How dare us? So bloop. That's Don Halo. Don Ho also liked Tiny Bubbles. Yes, his real name is, although I'm not gonna remember it, is Poki Unalini Ukaloku. Something, Tiny Bubble. So his
We call
English
him-
name
we call him
is
Tiny Bubble.
Pokey Tiny Bubble in our last name. So because he's Tiny Bubbles. But there is Ukaliki might be Tiny Bubbles in Hawaiian. I can't remember, but it's in the song, so you could look it up if you wanted to. Animated flames on bubbles. We're never happy. What? We need animated flames now? Dang. There's Lag with his. You got any more glasses?
I was just thinking the other day that you haven't been doing the eyeglass icon emoji.
Yeah, I keep it
There we
hella
go.
I keep it hella. Well, we don't. I left California before NorCal was a thing, so I don't call it NorCal, and I really don't call it SoCal very much. What do I call my area? Bay Area, I guess, is what I have to call it, Bay
Silicon
Area,
Valley.
or the city, I still understand when somebody says the city, even though I'm on the East Coast, they're not talking about New York or some other place. They're talking about San Francisco. It's the only the city that counts. Thank you. Lag's an older kid in the basement. Oh, that makes me feel good. Just a whippersnapper, 54 years old. Oh, yeah, I'm old. But the guy dropped dead at 58, so that's only like 2 more years I got. Like, great. And he was such a nice guy, too. Just like a sweetheart in the party crew.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still, we're still at the age where it's considered very young to die.
Yes.
But it's not as troubling as like a child or a teenager.
It's awful.
Or a 20-year-old.
And James has got it. You celebrate every day. Every day. You got it, because that stuff goes quick. And he was like growing kale recently. In recent like decade. He was growing kale. So he was trying hard.
Dear.
But yeah, we're going to have a burger right after the show with bacon on it. Thank you.
Lag, you always get me hungry in these shows.
You have to, Southern Vermont Vintage. You got to list your death pile because that's where your money is. Right now, what we got to do, right now, thankfully, there's been, hopefully, stability continues in the secondary markets. Will it increase? Will things, like, it's so uncertain in the current environment, but I feel like we're in one of the most secure industries. Reselling seems to me to be secure. I don't know how secure it is depending on what you're selling, but clothes and shoes and like trinkets and stuff and cheaper collectibles, everybody should be buying those for a long time. So you got to get them up and up there so that people can buy them. So for instance, I've got at last count, I've got 13 Nintendo NESs, and I test they all work. Why aren't those sold before the earth ends? I might as well get that bang, and then I upgrade them with a new Edge reader, and then put in a RGB out little board. I can't remember which ones they are because I haven't put them in recently. If it's an RGB out or it's not HDMI, I think it's just RGB. So it might go out in Super Video. Maybe it is HDMI now. I forget. It's been so long. Anyway, where was I? Fix those up and they're $200. But if I don't, eventually, even though they keep coming out with new Nintendos with the games built into them, people are still fairly connected to that system in real life. They want the real one. Why was I talking about that? I could eat.
Death pile picker. I should sell my songs. You should, Ryan. I really think that you should. I know that there are people out there that make livings doing vloggers songs, videos, like they're quick little songs for the beginning of their videos, and also pictures. Like, did you say hi to Brandon's Best? Aloha?
No, I'm not there yet.
Yeah, you just skipped over it.
Good afternoon.
No, Brandon's Best.
I want to say hi to Basket Noodle. Why are you so angry?
You're all like,
Brandon's Best. You have an advocate over here. She's gonna make sure that you are seen.
And
Aloha.
so glad to see you. And Brandon's Best has a comment about eBay.
Okay, I think the powers at B broke eBay in the last 2 weeks. I see many changes on the seller hub. Will they call that magical innovations? And as Walt Disney once said, I shouldn't smoke so much. Thank you. Daphne, see, silver hair has to write it because you can't remember. Oh my gosh, look at this little bunny.
I need to think I'm Daffy.
Hold on, I gotta go away for a second.
Daphne.
Here, can you see his little note? Oh, look at him. He's looking at me like, Daddy, why are you...
Good heavens, he's so precious. So Axe Monkey is saying that they changed something.
Like your size.
All her custom settings are gone again.
No, I don't remember. What did we see? I guess we just don't see it, or if we do see it, I don't see it. I haven't seen any issues with a listing or maybe we're just missing it. Well, no, there was something happened the other day. But nothing I notated of any major importance.
I wonder what custom settings, like your business policies or what? Oh, like
no,
the columns.
The column.
That,
yeah,
so like you can see
I
what
think.
items you have free shipping on by a column, or
Wasn't it
what you
related? I
charge for
thought
shipping?
for some reason I'm just relating it to last show when you were talking about the custom column that tells you what box things are in.
Oh, the custom SKU.
The SKU thing was coming and going. Sorry, Axe
But
Monkey.
all custom.
Aloha, Axe Monkey, by the way. This is way more confusing than not having bubbles. So it's definitely just going to make it worse forever. My name is Timmy. Timmy! One Foot Flipper does a lot of videos about you. He thinks of you highly. Thank you. I believe Rita Moreno is credited with that scream.
Are we frozen? What's happening?
It's pretending to be frozen. Well, I was trying to think. Oh, got me. Oh, you're so crazy, WTF. Ryan, made it to the show. The people mentioned who were those who were commenting. Yes, it was all like Monday show. It's Monday show.
Yeah, it's so great.
I've been trying to do my ESS routine, and the eBay pages take so long to reload. I'm getting the timeout message on Chrome. Are you?
Wow.
Does that mean that if you go to I don't know. I've never used Firefox recently, but Edge. Does that mean it doesn't do that on Edge, and you're able to sort of get around it? And it's all similar. B nudes. And Biff's is like every day does some, I believe.
And that's end and sell similar basket nude. I think, yeah, Biff already told you. Yeah.
James is your big eBay store today. James. Oops.
This is our James.
Our store, everything is really light right now because we're in the middle of listing hundreds and hundreds of items. But I'm trying to think of, still in general, media is moving. Regular stuff isn't, but the regular store is like so depleted.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, there's stuff queued up for you to do.
Nope.
But
I save it up until there's enough, and the back pressure makes me scared that I haven't listed it all, and then I list like 100 items in one sitting. That's usually how I do it. Because if I have to do a little bit every day, I have to do everything differently. Let's just face it. I can't be normal.
no.
I can't be routined. You can't catch this cloud and pin it down like Maria.
No, it's very frustrating.
Very frustrating. And I'm one of the most frustrated. Thank you.
You're saying you're frustrating yourself?
Yes, I do. But I can't. I have to be completely bored out of my brain, which I consider listing, once in a while. I can't do it daily. If I'm bored out of my brain for a little bit every day, I die a little bit inside every day. So I have to save it like once a week. And from what I can tell, it doesn't really affect anything, except if you get out of that routine, which seems to be super duper duper easy. Because if you're only listing once a week, you're like, well, that's 2 weeks. What's 3 weeks? Feels like I'm not.
What are you saying? That eBay, as long as you keep a routine, whether it's listing every day or
Yeah,
once a week,
I believe so.
eBay just wants to see a routine?
That's correct. Yes, thank you.
So you're saying
And I
that
don't think you can push it to a month.
you're saying that eBay,
weekly,
you shouldn't see a big difference between
daily, and
regular
weekly.
listing once a week or regular listing daily.
That's what I believe. Who agrees with me? Let's jump down to the bottom
I
and see.
wonder.
We're jumping down to see who agrees.
There aren't any answers yet because there's a slight
Are you
delay,
gonna
remember?
look at the bottom? Can you look at the bottom?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, you look at the bottom. I'm gonna go back up here. I have this. Lag broke. You broke your glasses for a couple of weeks. Just got new ones. Very, very good. Good for you. Here's Quirky Picker Chad checking in. We have a new song. In case you didn't hear it, how do I get to it? Wait, hold on. I got it. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, it's stressing, it's depressing, and just plain pressing me past my limits.
Press me past my limits.
Pictures and drafts, and so much trash. There's one thing I got to do.
You know what I gotta do. You gotta do it too.
I'm fracking
Fracking
the
the
hoard. Fracking the hoard. There's still more crap in my eBay store.
That's on your right.
I'm fracking the hoard. Fracking the hoard. From the death pile in my floor.
All right. Thank you very much, Ryan.
Yeah,
again.
I mean, so far, B News was just saying, yeah, I hate listing too. I even get it down to an art form and I hate it. Dendecor,
Yes. Yeah. Me too. It's an art. but
Dendecor was saying, by the
I
way,
hate
I'm
art.
doing really well with the second store with
Who's saying this?
junk with a second score with junk wax sports cards.
Where's Junk
Nice.
Wax? Is it the bottom?
And then B News was saying, albeit
right there.
listing at eBay is far, far, far easier than it used to be many moons back.
Oh yeah,
I
they make
agree.
it's way easier and copying's easier and more routine. Like there's a lot of things to use. Again, we didn't find using cross-listing tools helped us much, but I am very much holding out for TreeCat. I think we're gonna do something there.
Yeah, I think Tree Cat may be it. So
Automatic captions yesterday's
Say
video said
horse.
cracking the horse.
Biff,
Cracking the horse.
so in regards to your weekly, daily thing,
Yeah.
Biff was saying, I've considered the theory that the weekly total matters more than the daily habit for a listing.
I think though, I think that from if you might agree, from a minutia standpoint, it's like they would have to process data every day to see if you were listing every day. So, but weekly doesn't seem like that. That would still indicate that you are routinely, and it requires 6 times less because they would have to do it 6 times less in a week. They just do it once a week. And that's how I always think about processing power. Maybe Basket would agree with that. That when you're really thinking of these big scale projects like eBay, apps like eBay, you do think about processing. Why process 7 times something you can just do once? And everybody lists every day like, suckers, they got us. Ah. Except I don't list every day. But mostly because I just don't.
Well, I think if you listed every day too, I wouldn't be able
Eat
to
more
keep up.
kale. But that came from this state, you know.
Eat
Listen,
more
we
kale?
have a couple of exports from Vermont. Maple syrup, the best in the land, and eat more kale stickers. And Bernie Sanders.
And Cabot cheese, Ben and Jerry's.
Cabot cheese, yes. We were in it's actually pronounced Cabot.
Cabot.
Cabot. We found it when we went to Florida. It was all over Publix stores down in Florida. So if you want a little taste of Vermont down in Florida, you can get yourself some Cabot cheese. C-O-B-O-T. C-A-B-O-T. Cabot. Knowing Paul's luck, he'll live to 110.
Maybe by then I'll start reselling again. You're so funny.
List eventually. Signed up. First customer of List eventually. Dendecor, only 140. That's your big store. So your big store is completely dead now, James? That is nutty fruitcake.
Yeah, you know something's really wrong if his 60,000 item store is doing
I don't know
poorly.
when
None of us have hope if
When do we say that it's just you have to have a new store, that any store over 5 years old is like doesn't work? I don't think that's not worth saying. I mean, it's not true, but when you think about, I mean, I guess I'm thinking of how easy it is to open a new store, but it really isn't. You still have to wait there for like 2 or 3 months to get it all sorted out, and
you do.
they limit your sales and they limit your
Hold
money.
your
and
funds
they
until like
hold
10
it.
orders are delivered.
So it's
and
not
you
fun to
get,
open it,
Yeah.
a new store, but
They treat you like you're like you're
An infant.
a new seller.
well, that's what they tell you. They said,
Although James,
"You
I
are."
think, said that when he did his second store, he didn't have all those restrictions.
Yeah, that's interesting because we did. They're like, they put us on full baby
Like
new
we were
eBay.
newborns.
Mm-hmm. They swaddled us.
Double patty Mexican smash burger will straight you out.
Oh, can we do that? Can you fax me one lag, please? Thank you. You got my numbers.
Dendacor is saying cricket seems to follow yours. Must be follows James's.
Mine's crickets? Oh, that's the wrong one. If you go to this one, that's crickets. The exact same button, but on a different page is coincidence?
WTF was saying, yesterday I rummaged through my death pile and found nuggets. It's not my death pile, it's my cash pile. And yes, who was it? Was it Doug and Rowe, Major Win that coined profit pile?
Stay perky.
Did they say profit pile?
Profit pile is a reseller term from olden days.
Okay.
It's an alt term for death pile.
I think I started hearing them
from the
when
most
we got into
positive
YouTube.
people in the reseller community.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who I heard it from, but like olden day people, profit pile. Like maybe even Jason T. Smith called it profit pile. Because, you know, so much of eBay reseller stuff used to be online, not videos necessarily. Videos like discussing eBay videos are they're newer than the picking videos. Because people, when they used to watch reselling content, it would mostly be picking.
I mean, we have so much.
But now we're grinning.
We have so much
picking
stuff.
and a grinning.
We have so much stuff that we wouldn't have to go buy anything for like a
we
year.
will never have to go back to school.
It's boring. Like, I'm just sick of this stuff.
We're
you know,
disgusted with it. And you sell the stuff and you can buy new stuff, not Temu.
The new stuff is
new old stuff.
Yeah,
that we want.
Like, you know, go at yard sales and thrift stores, and that stuff is usually all set and ready to just photograph it, get it up.
Alakazuma, but
the stuff we have, like he was saying, the Segas and stuff. Missing parts. I mean, we've had them for 30 years, so stuff needs to look at.
What happened?
Look at this rose. Dundecor was saying that there was a good thumbnail when we froze.
You got
something
sourpussed.
about us freezing, and it was a thumbnail. Did you say aloha to Big Dre?
Aloha.
Aloha, Big Dre.
I'm
Nice
kind
to
of
see
mindlessly clicking on the bubbles just to like.
I thought the bubbles would help keep you in order, and it's just
everything is
opposite.
I'm opposite guy. Everything you think about me, I'm opposite.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. It's magnets, I think.
Basket Nudes was saying they never listen to anything I give as feedback, so I don't bother. Like, the bidding experience on mobile is simply tragic. And I don't bother. I'll get those little, hey, how are you enjoying the app? And I'm like, I'm not answering it because I don't want to hold it against me.
And they throw away 1 stars.
Yeah.
So unless you're 5-star in it, don't even bother. If you make your living on here. Today, now some of my items are telling me I need to ship them out in 2 days from today instead of my 1-day shipping.
Do you still have your?
Yikes.
Are you top-rated seller, James?
Yeah.
Do you still have your top-rated seller
He's
on those items?
Tippity top. He's VIP. He's number 1 VIP in the house.
And top-rated seller is based. Well, you have to earn it, but if you sell something and have a 2-day turnaround, you're not top-rated, or right?
1 day. No, you can
that
be top-rated.
Item.
Top-rated plus.
Top-rated
it has to be
plus.
1 day
Okay.
or less.
So if you have an item that you will ship in 2 days, it's advertised as 2 days. You won't be considered top-rated plus, but you'll still
Look at that.
be
Rita
top-rated.
is still alive. Is she still alive? She's 93. I wonder if she can hear you guys still.
93, yikes.
And Morgan Freeman was the co-star on. He would do like groovy little do songs and stuff on Electric Company. He was awesome.
Wow, Electric Company.
I mean, I remember him from the 70s because Biff and I had. I don't know. I've touched on this before, but we had, Biff will remember, Big Blue Marble and Via Alegre. Those were like they were. Big Blue Marble was sort of like, I don't know, it was PBS on a regular TV channel. So it wasn't quite PBS. It was a little more, I don't know, produced differently a little bit. But the other one was, Via Alegre was like this model, and it was all in Spanish, or mostly in Spanish. And it was Via Alegre. Via Alegre. And it was like a little carnival. And then you went into the carnival and you stayed there for a half hour. And then you realized it was time to go steal a cinnamon roll from the refrigerator.
I'm having a major yawn festival going on.
Sorry for boring you.
It's not you. I didn't sleep well.
Thank you. Thank you.
A little bit of you.
Thank you. Oh, you already read that from the B Nudes. Uh-oh.
From B Nudes?
It's stuck. It's a trap. Oh, wait, I'm stuck.
You mean from Den
I
Decor?
can't get in here. It won't work. We're going to redo it. Something happened. Okay, I got it.
Oh my God, Patricia!
Patricia's here? What? Aloha, Patricia!
Hi, nice to see you. I was brought up short by what I thought I heard in the lyrics. Well, not quite focusing.
What was it? I don't think there was anything. Was there anything weird in there? Well, I mean, I think like sometimes if you're listening to it, and I don't know how it translates over the internet on the other side, I'll have to hear.
Well, I know that the first song
Sometimes it sounds
Ryan made,
muffled.
everyone's like, "Wait, is Primo cooking supper?"
Yeah.
Like, wait, what does it say?
Yeah, so I don't know what are people hearing that sounds a little weird. B Nudes, but aloha, Patricia. Thank you. It's awesome to see your name over there.
I know. I love seeing that.
WTF says daily listing matters. You get 24-hour extra attention from the fresh listing. I mean, but you don't see one of the things that because you guys in Europe don't do the end and sell similar, which we do often weekly. Like, so all of my items are brand new, fresh every week. So then that becomes how, and then they're refreshed for a couple of days. So does that make sense?
Like, he's so silly.
So my listings can never be more than a week old at any given time.
So technically, yep. Oh,
So actually, they're usually like 5 days old because then I'll relist them the next. So if I relist on Friday, and then I'm like, I like to do listing on Sunday. Have a leisurely Sunday afternoon. Smell some flowers, do some listing, and then I will relist those on Friday, the next Friday, because I'm not going to sort which ones that I just listed. So those get rebumped in 5 days. So nothing is over 7 days. That's my point. Unless it has offers on it. The holding of the funds sucks. Yeah. And I'm not positive I'm not going to do that more soon. Are we actually almost, we're almost at the bottom. Oh man, we're going to hurry. We're racing to the bottom. Race to the bottom. But the holding the funds, I think they're going to start doing that more. They might introduce because of the spendable funds. Some of us have it. Some of us don't. Only one of our 3 stores has it. And I really, really like it. I wish they all had that, but I believe that's part of a rollout they're trying or beta testing to see about how much money people leave in those accounts if they have spendable funds. And then maybe they'll give you a debit card for it or something so they can hold your money and make their money. Callie Dibs, yep, it is a profit pile for sure. Unlisted money. I could guesstimate that if we just on the stuff, I want to guesstimate $1 million. Do you think so? No, it's not. If everything was $10, how many items do we have? If we have 10,000 records, that's $1 million right there. And then you add on Legos, probably get a couple more million out of that. What? I don't know.
Where's your calculator?
I'm adding. Wait, what happened? 1 million. Damn, it needs new batteries. Calculator. Okay. Mike G says, keeping your total money threshold on par, or even better, adding to it helps, in my opinion. Again, good point. Nugget being dropped. Thank you. Get ready. Put on your raincoat. Primo's dropping a nugget. Okay, so it's much better to list. So we're talking about when to list, whether you have to list daily or weekly. More importantly is amount, the number. Those are two different variables.
Yeah, Bearded Picker talks about
Money.
dollar amount is more important than
The number of items,
the quantity.
But you should still list your crap. You should list your crap, especially if you have a crap store. If you have a store that's for crap, you should list your crap because your crap will eventually sell just for little. And then you put it in a different store so it doesn't bring your good stuff down. Mom's making cheesy soup potato wedge salad. What?
Yum, 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 yum,
You know what's super funny is that we don't even know if Lex ever serious or not.
I know,
But
Mike. We never know if you're actually
you totally.
right.
I picture my grandmother, my father's mother, who had like red hair and it was up, and she like cooked all the time, and she was just rocking like Betty Crocker. She was rocker like Betty Crocker.
I picture Lag being like 32.
And cheesy potato soup and
Living
wedge
at
salad
home
and
in
walking
the
taco
basement.
and like all this. Every time I saw her, which is usually on holidays and stuff, it was just like a big fun food fest, and that's why I'm fat. Thanks, Grandma. Eating some local goat milk caramel. Thankful for the gift.
Whoa.
Wow, that is nice. Our doctor just said that he's got his own goat milk man. He's got his own goat man. That's what we do in Vermont here. We just be like, we have like drive-by teat suckle.
Oh, Lord.
We do. It's like a reverse hole.
No. Baskin noodle.
Wait, rewind. Rewind.
Rated.
Rewind.
R-A-I-D.
I'm very serious. We're going to get the Grody content tag
WTF
again.
is saying try ADH Dave shipping once
a month. I know. He's hilarious.
You know,
But those guys
every single one of his videos, he's like, "Oh, I had to
I
cancel
blew
the
it.
order because
He's the bottom of the eBay barrel right now. He was just talking the other day about how he's like, I'm the worst seller there is. He's
That's
below
his shtick, though.
normal. He's below normal. Is that what it is?
Below
Standard? Below standard, yeah. Below normal standard.
So, like, eBay's taking an additional percentage.
Yeah,
of
and he's
each
like,
sale.
why didn't I just turn off returns and everything? Like, why do I even bother? I'm already below standard, so why bother doing returns? I thought that was funny.
Lag is a top-rated extreme seller.
Mm-hmm. I'm a bungee seller. Top-rated bungee.
Callie Debs was saying hi to Patricia. Nice to see. Haven't seen you around in a while.
True that.
Oh, weird. Paul, what is going on? So he's posted something about Carl, eBay Live, 4 times the
I don't
chat,
see that here.
but they're
Look
not
at your
shown.
thing.
Oh,
Mike
Seller.
Seller.
Thank
Aloha. I just thought we see it over there for
Don
Pokey
Flippin.
stuck in. Look at that. Thank you so much.
you. Paul, I'm not seeing anything.
By the
that
way,
says
that's
it
actually,
needs
it's totally
approval.
useful, and that is where that goes. Because this guy is just, he's a Hoover.
Are you like, maybe are you adding or, adding a @sign Carl? Is that causing a problem? Like, I don't know.
There's nothing here that is showing. There's one Biff retracted.
Biff retracted himself, but
yeah, but nothing
yeah,
else is
that's
here.
weird, Paul. Huh. Oh, how about top chat? You have it at top chat?
Sometimes that is annoying. Now we're not going to know where we were, but I'll figure it out. Will I? Wait, we
Go
were
up.
down here at Mike's Cellar, and then we had
But
to
we
go-
were actually all the way, we were up more. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did say that. We already said that. There's Patricia. There's that. Mom's making cheesy potatoes.
Oh, yum, yum,
I
yum.
posted
Okay,
about
there we
Carl.
go. There's Carl, Paul's.
So yeah, I just refreshed it. I don't see anything. They didn't go through and they didn't get caught in our filter thing.
No, that's weird,
So I'm
Paul.
not sure. And it is interesting because I haven't seen Carl for quite a while.
Yeah, what, I wonder,
Top rated plus, yes.
what's funny is like how YouTube.
Wait, now that message showed up. Weird.
Oh.
Curious Collection, aloha, how you
Hey,
doing?
Melisson, nice to see you, aloha.
We already dropped nuggets today, so we did our job. As
Wait, what was
reseller.
the nugget?
I don't remember.
You read
Just
someone's...
rewind this.
Uh,
We'll take credit for that. Happened during our show. That you don't have to, I think, well, that's a personal nugget.
Listing daily,
Just list it
weekly.
once a week. Just do it once a week. Do it by amount, not by number of listings. And you'll be eBay rich in like a day.
WTF just does it end in sales similar at the end of the month.
Well, yes. But you do have slight limitations in like as far as the you don't have the same like daily. All those free listings that we get here, because we get 10,000 free in media. So that's another reason why the media store is so great, is that all media is pretty much free listings in the U.S. So yes, you get 1,000 when you have a store, but I barely ever use those 1,000. I use the 10,000 free. And since the media store is about 1,600, no, actually now it's like almost 2,000. So I can list it 5 times in a month, is if I remember math. Okay, wait a minute. Well, I'm supposed to do this other thing I took all day lining up, the pictures. Okay, we're going into, we're taking a deep dive into last year's, because I'm never going to get
you're stopped
the
at
video.
140, so you're 8 minutes behind. Don't
Okay.
get too far behind.
Okay. I list daily. James H., what do you say? When do you end and sell similar? Or how do you? I know that James does it.
Do you end and
intermittent.
sell similar?
He does, like
James?
a little bit at a time.
Okay.
I think, but he could talk for himself, or I'll do it. It's okay. eBay is going to put on weighing on listings because they have both an upsell and cross-sell ability at the very least. You do paywords, JG Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now. That is Josh Galt's alternate ego, you know. JG Wentworth. It's like people think eBay has one search engine or Google. Completely wrong. There are many, many, many involved. Yeah. Yes, right. They're multi-step. Oh, so go. What was the name of the thing? Okay.
AI operator.
So there is this thing called Operator, and there was this thing. She was all excited, and she came to me and she said, "This Operator thing is going to be cool. You can use it to search or."
It's like a virtual assistant, and almost you could always sort of use it like a personal shopper.
You can use
in
it
a
like
way.
a personal shopper. You can have it search and sort of make you reservations for like tours and traveling. And eBay's shacking up with these people. And then I went to go try it out and see what it was all about. It's part of ChatGPT Pro, $200 a month to use it. So we're never going to find out what that is, and it's totally useless to us because of the cost.
Well, supposedly eBay is partnering with this, and this program, Operator is the name of it, will direct people to eBay's inventory
For $200
items.
a month. So no one's ever going to use it.
Right. I mean,
ever.
it's going to be people that already have assistants.
Well, it's going to be like dudes sitting in California buying truckers hats. I mean, come on. Nobody can afford $200 a month. Unless you already have ChatGPT Pro plan for $200 a month. So Biff Baffa is trying to shrink store with better items. And we actually have magazines up by she's bulk listing magazines currently just to get them up, almost starting at totally disregarding all of our information, and start at the bottom, list the absolute stuff you know is going to sell, but it's going to take the longest.
And it's not. I like the
yes
I like
it
the
is
stuff
you want to fight about
where
it.
we have a collection of it because I can get on a roll.
Yeah,
and with
but you could list all those gold bars.
And with the magazines, so because of Galaxy CDs, is that it that you have watched?
Galaxy Flips CD Rocks.
I'm just taking the photos in the actual listing. I'm loading photos as I take them through the eBay app.
Carla, eBay Life has launched a new audio series on Purple Fox Publications. Go check that out, everybody. Cheers.
Congrats Carl. That's awesome.
I also say money amount, grow the store, replace daily sales, and something for growth. And for sure, repeat business is going to carry you a long ways if you have that sort of inventory, such as ephemera, records, media. I am spot on. Look at me. I'm right here. Mike Zeller is late again, but here and...
Giving Pokey treat money, and thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, we jumped ahead. Sorry. Oh, look, it's jammed up again. Son of a gun.
Huh.
Sometimes it just gets jacked in there. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to quickly, let's go look at this. Pop, pop, pop music. Boom. Why is this all big? Oh, did I make it somehow? I bet this blew up. Oh, well, I'll just make it small. It can shut its own mouth. Okay, so what I have here is I have a little, that's so lame. And then it's got this on it. Hold on, I can do something. I can fix this. I can do it. I just don't want that. Oh, no, it's not. So then I have to do this. No, then I'll make that bigger. I just want the slidey thing to go away.
Can you just get to the point?
Nope. That is impossible. Look at the point right there. Look at that point slacking in on you. Boink, 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 boink.
Oh, wait.
Boink.
This way.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'll make that smaller. You all crowded out. Sorry about that. You said your neck was hurting. It probably didn't help much. Okay, guys. This is the top 23 and a half items from 2024 because I said I was going to make a video. Then I tried to make a video. Then it didn't work. And now I'm never going to make it because we just don't have time. Eventually we'll make it, but I'm just going to do it because as soon as you get out of into February, nobody gives a crap. That was like last year. It doesn't even matter anymore. So I got to do this before the end of the month or it doesn't even count. So the top 23 and a half items from 2024, starting with... that thing. Starting with the thing that nobody could identify. Whitco is a very collectible brand of items, tiki items. Anything Whitco is infinitely sellable. We had this 8-foot long thing that broke every time we looked at it. It would fall over and the stick would snap off, and I've glued it like 50 times. And finally we were just like, this thing has got to go. Did it fall and like get dented or fall on your toes or something? I don't know. It was just, it's something we didn't want to sell, but then we're fracking the hoard, man. Okay. So
are these in any particular order?
No, I mixed them up a little bit to give it some flavor, but not from big, like cheapest to, but these were our hot sales from last year. This little book is like this big. It fits in your pocket. It's a pocket book, and it's a little Mercedes book, and it had all the
$150.
100. I mean, here's like I took time. I actually had to Photoshop the picture with the data to get all the data on there, so you could actually see how much I sold it for, and then how much you get when you're done. But I got $135 for this tiny little book thing here. Star Maze. This came in that $80 lot that had a $900. Well, the keyboard's in here, so see how much that was. But
sold that for $152.
So just this one cart was $167.98. Go for the bigger money because it sounds great. This is a book because we got a bunch of Mercedes parts, so a couple of these things are impressive.
And look
Mercedes
at the condition
things.
on that; it's not that great.
That's what was impressive. Like one of our top sales. So I mean. That's a lot. That's $110.
Yeah, we had ad fees on that one.
This here was, we had a whole bunch of these lenses, but this pair was just a good deal to sell for.
This was one of the ones where somebody wanted to buy two, and so we ended up creating a new listing for them because we couldn't get the shipping to
that's why
combined
it's
or
like
something.
that weird title.
Combined it.
And then you put like $1,000 on there, and then he sends you an offer for what you agreed to.
That's why the picture doesn't look.
But he bought over $1,000 of items from us, because he bought a lot of lenses. These Shooties Groove XL long sleeve shirt. This came from
that went to Japan, right?
Yeah, we bought 10 hardcore punk rock shirts. This was in there with them, and we bought them for $50. We didn't know we don't buy shirts, but they're pretty cool. But they're really super hardcore that people I'd never ever heard of. And they did sell for like $40 a shirt type thing. And we bought them for $5. This one was only $5 too. So that was cool. Oh yeah, let me say how much we bought everything for. So this right here, we found this like 25 years ago in an abandoned building. This book, I don't know, 50 cents because it's a big pile of stuff. This was less than 50 cents because the whole pile was $80, and you can't even 1 penny for that. This book again was 50 cents probably. These lenses were $200 for 60 lenses maybe. So that's
Oh gosh, there's thousands of dollars were made on those lenses.
Yes, $5 on that shirt. So I kept a lot of the stuff I kept from my vintage computer collection, which I had hundreds of computers. We kept the monitors because monitors about 5 years ago, they weren't selling and they were heavy, hard to ship. So we kept them for 5 years, and then we were just selling them for Commodore ones, some Atari ones. These are Commodore Amiga, and they were going for $350. But last year we were still getting $250 for them, so that was nice. And then we put Mork on there, and then people buy those. And I would say that this comes from 25 years ago when I bought computers for 15 cents a pound.
It can be really hard to photograph a screen.
Yeah, a CRT like this.
Because you get the weird, they're not visible to the eye, but when you're doing it through your camera, you get weird lines and stuff.
Yeah.
And you can change the shutter speed, and that can help sometimes. But
that helps you get the dark lines off.
It doesn't always solve the problem.
It doesn't give you this lines off.
But most people that are buying a vintage thing like that, they know about them, and they
can all go to. I'm just kidding.
They know that.
I love those people.
Photos
They're
are
my
favorites.
Like these were a surprise. These are just little truck lights that sit on top of a truck, and we got like $400 for those. I was very impressed with that little unit. If anybody says anything about these things,
yeah, Biff was saying, isn't CRT a needed keyword for vintage monitors?
Yeah. Yep. I probably didn't even have it in there. Because you don't have to, and generally speaking, so computer monitors, I think I probably tend not to put CRT in there, even though that's what they are. But if I was talking about a TV, like a 13-inch TV or one with a VCR, I would say CRT for gamers. But for vintage computers, less important. This I have in here because it was $125, and young lady over here broke the very unique piece of glass that went in there.
Yeah, it was the shape of the cage.
It only
was the
fit
shape
in here.
Of that.
And even the top was like cut to this
that
curve.
Thing was banging around in our basement forever.
It was supposed to be in our front yard eventually.
And lo and behold, one day I hit it and the glass smashed. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this up on eBay and just sell it as like parts of repair. And we got $120 for it.
And I took the black check mark off your permanent record.
Silver here was saying Mork looks a lot like Lag, or Lag looks a lot like Mork.
Okay, so now everybody, when you think of Lag, think of Mork with the glasses on. Here's this thing. We had about 5 of these that we found in a bin in a thrift store in Vermont here.
Oh, right. This is the one where, well, one of them where the guy did a chargeback.
But then on his Facebook group was showing off the record, and it was on the wall.
And even in the eBay messages, he's like, "Oh, thank you so much. Oh, yes, I love this."
So what's cool about this is a vinyl record right here, which you can play, which we did. It has half of the speech of the development team of the CED, of the RCA CED, like of the actual disc. So they have the playing units. It's like a record with grooves, and it uses a Ruby stylus to read video. So, and that's how they work, and they're hard to keep running. And the people are pretty into them, but at the same time, They suck.
Oh, sorry.
So, and I would say pretty much for the most part, people who buy CDs, I hope I'm not offending anyone, but they're annoying. But not
They're
always.
nerdles.
But they're like a special
like
kind of
us.
nerd that does chargebacks. So that's why I'm just particularly annoyed.
Oh, yeah, they're creeps.
So now they're creeps.
No, I'm joking.
It's called CD
That guy was a
Magic
creep.
group. Yeah, that guy was a group. And he was like one of the main dudes in the group. That's what makes it super creepy. Anyway, it plays half the speech where they introduced the unit to the public. And that public speech, half of that's recorded onto a vinyl record, which is glued onto on the other half as a CD. So if you flip the record, then it's like half the episode of Lum Fong, which is, the episode's entitled Lum Fong, which is half an episode of Get Smart, is the very first thing ever encoded to a CED, was half an episode of Get Smart. And it's on here.
Lag, Mork and Mindy, Robin Williams played Mork.
Yes.
Nanu.
Nanu.
Biff was saying that I got some great money for some new old stock vintage KC lights a few years ago.
Oh, nice. Yeah, like on the top of your truck or on the front fog lights and stuff. Those are bad, especially if you have the covers for them. The lights are cool, but the covers, it's Casey. Or the little foxtail and the eyeballs and all that stuff.
Ice Monkey got a ka-ching on Macari.
Nice. So this is just representative of us going through our own, like an estate sale at our own house and finding stuff that we'll never use that just existed. And it was why is this even here?
About these knives, you guys.
So they went away. And we sold them to a guy, California Cutco, who sold them individually for $45 a piece. Good for him. He was awesome. These we bought for $1 or $2 or something. And I was surprised that we found them just this summer. It's from this summer's haul.
Yeah, brand spanking new.
$90 on the.
I mean, she maybe tried them on it when she bought them, but never ever worn.
We said new in box, so we don't care if she tried them on. We just said they're new, and that makes it new. Now the provenance and story goes, these are new. We created history. Thank you. This is actually.
Yeah, we told you guys about this.
It's
just an empty box.
It's my aunt. It was my aunt's from my aunt, but I accidentally sold the Game Boy like 3 years ago. And then I found this box and I'm like, oh, I don't want to be reminded that I sucked. So we sold it for $86. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yes.
Here's the thing is the customer paid $86. So I like to say that because that's what it's worth. It doesn't really matter what we get. Well, I mean, it does matter because we'll be broke.
Well, we ended up getting $68.
Yes, right. So that's why I wanted both of these things here. But this is the actual going value of this thing, $90.
And we discussed this back when we sold it, that keeping the original Walmart tag on there, price tag, it's, it adds to the nostalgia. And
yeah, that's right. Primo, Kimo, baby. Now look at this. This was just in the box of videotapes at a name your price for charity sale.
But by the
Guess
time
what my price was?
By the time we got to
$1.
the sale, though, everything was picked over, and they were
totally,
just like, oh, just whatever.
Just take it. Just take everything.
Mm-hmm. And this was in like a container where some of the stuff was wet, but this did not get wet.
From the night before.
Yeah,
like it was
like
a rain
under
overnight.
10 and it was all...
Sometimes in Vermont, they're real... They don't care about raining. Because Vermont, you'll get afternoon showers that just kind of pass by. But it's surprising how many garage sales in Vermont are outside of the garage and they're wet. We have moist sales here. This thing, you want to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, step right up to the most expensive doohickey you ever didn't even know you meant to buy.
You can't tell by the photo, but it's like the size of a toaster.
It's like a toaster.
Yeah.
And it pulls out this little thing right here. You put a 35 millimeter film canister with its butt end into this thing. And then you pull this handle and it sticks something into the used film container and pulls out the tab. So then they can start to, develop your film. So this came from a defunct film thing from the state of Vermont. And this was like $30. It was a whole box of film crap for $30, and this was in there, and we got substantially more than 30. Big winners.
YouTube is so annoying.
What'd they do?
They blocked Lag's comment because he said the word wet in it.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the stuff is why. I can't say that.
This is another thing we pulled out of our credenza, like those knives.
Hadn't seen them in years.
We've had these forever and just never used them.
You know, so those Cutco knives and these, and we have a bunch of silver that we just bought other people's silver because we didn't get any for. We were too young to get silver for wedding presents.
Well, our whole wedding, we're not traditional in any sense.
So while she was working, would go to sales, and I would buy like silver service and stuff. Well, we have Danish modern silverware from like Duran, Dansk. But as far as like these are like really classy glasses. They're still pretty classy because look how much they went for.
Yeah.
So it was our classy stuff, but then we don't entertain with our classy stuff.
So Biff, good question. Biff was asking, why does that machine need to be so big to do that job of film extracting? And it's funny you mentioned that
There's
because
cheaper ones.
We have another one that's in drafts, and it's literally this big.
That's 16 millimeter film. But still.
I don't. Whatever.
16 35 millimeters.
It's also a
that's
film
movie
extractor.
film. It's movie film. That one that we're listing is movie film, and it's not worth very much compared to this one.
No, it's not.
This is a
big
boom boom production because back in the day when you're
like
sitting at the photomat, you're sitting at the photomat. The parents come in on the weekend. They're dropping off. You got to have that film done in an hour. How did they do that? With one of these $800 film extractors, because you go like this, you put the film in, you go quonk quonk, film's out, quonk quonk, film's out. Exact sound it makes.
Patricia's asking, are those Culver glasses?
That is, I did not put I don't have the description here.
You
when
would
I said
probably know.
In the style of, they're from the late 50s. These are unmarked, but this style with the gold, this is 24 karat gold on here. The Harlequin, everything is exactly like a name brand that might be it. Because they made a lot of different things that look like this, not just these highball glasses. But these are pretty big, like, I mean, that doesn't show anything. So they were like the modern size cocktail glass, from an age when cocktail glasses were much smaller.
If you had one drinking that, you would definitely be drunk.
You would die, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a couple important things to notate here on these glasses. That one, we got a lot of money for them, and two, somehow I shipped these without them breaking. So
yeah, they went to Florida.
Good on me. All right.
Biff was saying he would keyword those Hollywood Regents.
Didn't
yeah.
I relisted this a couple times. So Harlequin diamond, 24 karat gold. Yeah, this is what I ended up with. I don't remember why. And I did look these up. I did find these originally
Sometimes I think
First Dibs.
Yeah, First Dibs has the highball ones. They have all sorts, and like $1,000. It's ridiculous.
So for 25 years, as long as I've been selling on eBay, I knew. In fact, I probably got these 25 years ago, maybe, or 20 years ago. I've known
when
that
we could find anything and everything for like
and you would
pennies.
and I knew that this style, whether it was a plate, well, I don't think I've seen a plate, but any sort of glassware or anything, that was a pickup.
You know, sometimes I think with Biff saying Hollywood Regents, is sellers know that terminology, but not all buyers.
Well, Regency
sometimes you have to dumb stuff down.
Regency is 1930s, 40s. It's sort of maybe goes in the 50s a tiny bit, and maybe it goes in the 60s even if you consider like whitewashed crap and the scrolly work and stuff.
Sort of too with how often sellers list in the titles, they'll use abbreviations like NIB, NOS.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some I see and I'm like, what the hell's that?
What's VTG? In fact, I had to stop using that in the Mercedes stuff because people thought it was an aftermarket product name.
Oh, well, and that's just it. And a lot of buyers don't know. So, the abbreviations, terminology. And
that's why I hate buyers.
And I did read something where somebody used like one of the 3-letter things, and the buyer ended up saying they thought it meant something else.
Right.
And,
you do run
and
a risk.
return
NOS
like
is
return it as an
probably
item not as described.
NOS is probably the safest one, and the only one that's really, and I don't even think everyone knows what NOS means, but I think it's at least the one to use. So here, this came out of the $80 big load that we already paid back
that
the $80.
little yellow game cartridge.
Yep.
That
And we
came-
have a ton of stuff left. Tons of Commodore 64 stuff. Anyway, this was in there with another half of it that I'm still selling.
And I mean, you can see it's not. There's like some of the enamel paint is chipped off.
It was kind of banged
or
up,
whatever the
but we
paint
cleaned
is.
it up real nice. And
Oh yeah, we make everything look as pristine
and
as
the
possible.
go look at Lag already knows the going rate of these is $2,000. So, we sold it for a discounted rate in like 24 hours, and that was what I was looking for. Especially when you spend $80 on something, you just go, give me the money. Well, I can wait a day. But I sold this for $110. What?
Wait, did we? Jovial's here. Jovial, hi Jovial.
Hi, Jovial. We're not looking at the comments right this
I
second.
know.
We'll go back in a second.
I'm like,
Let me work through this.
yeah, you got to get through these because by the time you're done, we're
But look,
gonna have like 5 minutes
we got
left.
$90 on here. We could buy a steak.
Yeah, I remember you showed this and John was like, "What? That's
Holy
crazy."
moly. So this was in the Commodore stash.
Yep.
Munch Made on tape, which is a Pac-Man. So this was like this was in June.
Oh
when
yeah,
we
you
were,
guys that know all about this one.
you already know. But in June, when we decided to redo our stores, we also decided to become resellers again. So we
Buy
put
stuff.
our brains into buying stuff more. This was the very first things we went out to buy on the first day that we were like, we're resellers again. Let's go buy crap.
We thought at first that it was a first gen
It was close.
mask, but it was a Gen 2. If it was a Gen 1, it would have been like
600.
yeah.
And
But
if you can
still,
see here, somebody
We got
cut
it for $5.
somebody cut the
The
fabric
mesh
out of the
there.
eyeballs.
Yeah.
And I was gonna what am I gonna buy some mesh and put it in and make $200, or am I just gonna sell it as is in a day and make a whole bunch of money? Thank you.
And we have this little teeny black light that we've had for like 30 years, and it came in so handy to take pictures of this.
Most
and
people don't even do this part. I mean, this is her. Everybody, let's take a moment to give Span Banshee a hand. This lady takes all the pictures, and these are pretty badass pictures. I'm just gonna say that.
well, thanks, but it takes a
Shut
little
up.
too long.
Just accept it. Just accept you're awesome and shut up. Okay, here's Teddy Ruxpin.
That's a big keyboard. It is like your hands will smash it. Smash. Bang, 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 bang.
So here's Teddy Ruxpin, which still hasn't come
Yeah,
home.
Candy O isn't here, but Candy Ho.
Please
We're
don't
still
go
waiting
home. I don't want to have to refund that. So hopefully that will not come back. And if you guys could have heard the actual Teddy Ruxpin talking, he was working really well, but he was like, "Hi, my name is Teddy Ruxpin. Will you be my friend?"
You gotta find the video.
I'll find
Will
it.
you be my friend?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I put it in here twice. Here. Okay, so then these we sold in November, which was some fine Tiki Whitco art that we've had for 25 years.
This is the one where he built a little crate for it.
I had to build the crate. And it was $75. I bought these for in 99, 96. I don't even know. But we've been buying and selling sort of 50s stuff. Amy's here. I was just thinking about you, Amy, today. I was like, where's Amy?
I miss you. I hope you're doing well. I was just thinking about you on Monday.
So here, this was also purchased with the other mask.
Oh,
and I would
right.
say this is like our, yeah, we're badass resellers because we got $900 for this little mask, which was $15 right next to the Scream mask, which we bought for $5. So for $20, we left with the Scream mask and with this. And obviously we made over $1,000 on both of them. But we left behind other Don Post masks. There was failures. Failures have occurred, but we let ourselves down and we're okay with ourselves again.
Paul knew that this one was coming up next.
this is where we go. But, ladies and gentlemen, the most awesome sale is the half one. That's our 23 best sales. And here's the half one. The most impressive sale of the year. Kitty on the back of a chair acting like people.
I mean, what
Sold
kind of
for
crazy title is that?
$9.76. And I think this. I don't think I can top this sale because this came in a frame that we found on the side of a road. We kept the frame to put pictures on in our tiki bar, and I just took the picture. The picture had to come out, and I was like, well, let's just put it on TV. Biff Bozo sells stuff. Let people sell things. Let's give it a shot.
Did we ever get feedback on that?
Oh, we didn't, but the feedback is the person bought it, and I was super impressed. And so, everybody, thank you. That was it. Let's go back to the chitty chatty chit bang.
Hi.
Aloha. Okay. Carla snorted and started choking on my reverse.
Carla, that's so funny. If she's still here, the reverse whole comment.
Thanks again to Mike Soda. We'll revisit the pokey treat.
Yeah.
So this is how far back we are. So
144. We're
that's like
35
normal.
minutes behind.
That's totally normal.
Don Flippin, aloha.
Hey, Don Flippin. Hey, hey. Oh, what a boy. Okay. Price. Wait, hold on.
Oh, so again, Carl has an audio book out. So.
I'm trying to fill in. I don't like reading these.
Okay. Mike G was saying, for example, when it turns green, I can't read it.
I can't see it either.
So can you go back up to it? So example, for my store, I went from 51K.
Then you're gonna be like the fingers in the
inventory start January, and now currently at 48. I need to add about $3,000 quickly to keep my sales coming.
And I think that they look at that for sure. I mean, they're looking at if your inventory is going lower or not for sure.
Okay, remember this is a half an hour ago, so I don't remember. Holy chicken nuggets, lag. Yes.
Yeah, we dropping the chickens today. Patricia, did you have a space between eBay and Life Paul?
Yes. Draconian YouTube. Yeah, it's getting really weird. 1 Foot Flipper, he's been demonetized for 3 months because the YouTube AI was like, you're using too much unoriginal.
Oh yeah, unoriginal content, which is I don't even know what that is.
He said that he was doing some shorts where he would use some other people's video clips and stuff, but anyhow. What?
Oh dear. Look at all those words.
Well, you're making it so that we're not getting through them.
He's so angry. I'm jelly. I don't have a hoard to frack. Don't worry, lag. As you enter your teens, you will realize that it all just piles up. Look in your corner of your basement. There's a small pile there. Patricia, Paul is saying hi to Patricia. How great it is to see you. Wait. Oh, it's a mixed blessing not to have a thrift pile. But the thing is that it is a mixed blessing. But think of it's fracking that hoard. It's the energy that you've got to do to bring that stuff to the market that you've looked at for 20 plus years. It's basically my collection. I almost didn't even buy it to resell it. I mean, I don't know what the big problem is.
Like was like, yeah, but I want to frack. And yes, Patricia, this is fracking doesn't.
No, we're getting our show gets messed with by eBay. By YouTube because of using that word.
Yeah, Paul was saying he hasn't done any fracking in a while. Yeah, our this video will probably get totally
demonetized
from because of
Tramod.
Yeah, chemicals in the groundwater for fracking. Paul, I've never fracked.
Are you just gonna read them to yourself?
Well, I don't know.
Paul, I've never fracked. I don't think so. Basket noodles. Okay, we're jumping over basket noodles. Sorry, because he's the one you can sometimes jump over because he's talking so above all of our heads.
Well,
WTF,
he
I
has a
love
lot
magazines.
of very detailed info, which it is often goes over our head. But if I could read it from start to
Especially the
finish.
obscure ones. List magazines like books. That means lots of pictures.
So
of the
WTF,
content.
I'm not doing lots of pictures on these magazines. The magazine is obscure. It's Adbusters, which is a alternative Canadian magazine.
It's just printed in Canada.
It's really.
I don't think it's Canadian. It's like movie industry stuff. It's
No.
it's a hip
No, it's
magazine. Not like
It's
what's that
mostly
other big one?
political.
What's that big one?
Interview.
It's like hip like Interview is, but Adbusters is known for a long time.
But Adbusters, it's
well known.
Canadian people that own it.
Okay. But ask Biff. Biff will know. He'll go, yeah, Adbusters.
But anyhow, yeah, I'm just
Yes,
doing front,
Whitco.
back, and then like a photo of the inside. I just don't have time. I need to get more stuff listed.
Those are the Marcasian man and woman. And
Yes.
go check out Hala Kahiki. Hala Kahiki, 2 words, Kahiki. Our restaurant was called Kahiki Moon. It means, Hala Kahiki means pineapple in Hawaiian. It's in Chicago. The whole place is original 1960s Whitco, done in the same pattern as those things that I had, with the same background, same colorations. The whole restaurant is done in Whitco. Check that out.
Yeah, Biff, they are marked Whitco. It still had the original paper
Tags.
tag on it.
So Basket is saying, so if I make 500 draft listings and then push them live, odds are none will get anything but 0 based start rank. I don't know.
So this
I've never
is sort
listed
of like
500 at a
Ebert.
time.
You remember Ebert was
Yeah,
talking about?
Siskel.
So
and Ebert.
B Nude's next comment is saying there will be no comparator server cycles dedicated to the batch against other listings nor sold listings. So potentially it can cause a listing parsing to simply stop, game over. And this is something that Ebert was saying.
Well, and also, you know who else was saying this? Polish Pete was talking about way a long time ago about how each listing gets a score, and then if you change a little thing in there, it has to re-score it, type thing. And see, again, this is over my head. I can't.
Well, and Ebert was saying if it's something that is rare or not have sold, or there's very few, eBay needs to figure out how it should be ranking your item. And yes, like Basket Nude says, it can just eventually
Words.
stall.
Words. That's Basket Nude. Basket, doesn't that ever happen? See, Patricia loves Basket Noodle getting into that, and I'm like, I'm just too dumb for this.
Does that ever happen when the launches are sequential with only a couple minutes in between?
It's curious. Collection. It's curious. I haven't ever found, I mean, I can tell you from a dummy's point of view, I have never found a way to, I don't think I've ever found a way to game eBay. I don't think Nuclear Reset's a mystery or a trick or anything. I think it's like set up and built into the system on purpose to do exactly what I did. So, and being that's the only thing I developed, and didn't really develop, just named for the most part, but utilized consistently for like 8 months. I don't know if there's a real way to game the system except for very specific, like listing intervals. Like I don't consider that a trick because they tell you how to do it. And I mean, maybe gaming the system is the product of the week, sort of. And that's like really the only game. And then there's just pure actual. I guess you can take advantage of eBay systems if you're a jerk. And rip people off and just go from store to store and store.
So,
or sell stolen stuff.
So I was just, I don't know, I look up for like reselling information, eBay, blah, 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 blah.
Uh-oh.
And eBay's.
Sounds like boardroom stuff.
And eBay's.
Are we going to the boardroom?
eBay's.
We're going to the boardroom, everybody.
eBay's,
buckle up.
eBay's Facebook page, they have just this little like screenshot. It says your weekly checklist. It looks like this. It says review your saved drafts, publish new listings, and refresh photos and keywords on old listings. So that's telling you something right there.
What'd you say?
Your weekly checklist includes refreshing photos and keywords on old listings, refreshing photos and keywords on old listings.
Okay. Here's how I hear that to my own little ears hidden behind these headphones. I hear that some people have 2, 3, 4-year-old listings on eBay. Their pictures aren't up to date, meaning either with a solid color background or AI or somehow not enough pictures, and they don't even have keywords because their listings are sold. Is that possible? That's what that's for? That's who that's talking to? Because our items are brand new listings.
You mean just list it and leave it forever?
There's a lot of people who still do that, and you can't do that anymore. So that might be what they're saying is, hey, list it and leave it.
Or let eBay auto relist whatever they do at the end of the month. It doesn't change the item ID or anything.
Because our items are all brand new every week almost.
Yeah.
So over here, your basement is code for orc. Orc from orc. Nanu. Look how I did that. Can you do that? Bomb, right?
That's not.
You froze. You broke the camera with yours. Yours is magic.
Oh, that's so hard to do.
No, watch this. I'm just like, hey, what's up, lady? Pow. That one was crooked. I didn't do it well. Do this. Is that going to get us? Is this going to get us taken down?
You stop
What?
it.
I was just trying to orc you.
That is so obnoxious.
Patricia, that makes sense. I hope that was, I said that. I hope that was.
No, it's basket
Peeping
news.
time.
Aloha, peeping time.
People love the covers. The KC covers on the KC covers.
The what?
Second place, KC covers on their fog lights. The covers.
Oh, yeah.
Second place gets steak knives. Third place is you're fired. Yes, that's awesome. That's like is that the actual one from Saturday Night Live? I'm trying to think of what Alec Baldwin said in Always Be Elfing or whatever. That skit he did.
Paul Rose was saying it's amazing what new / mint vintage stuff is hidden away out there. That's what eBay is meant to be all about, and is what it was when it first started. Now it's all about anything and everything.
They tried to team
Mike
us.
G was wondering if he's getting a steak today, opening my packages now, and
Oh,
seller used
that'd be
Omaha.
awesome. Ew, you're all ew. Wouldn't that be cool if you got
The
one
camera
of these
freezing is so hilarious. I make a ton of faces.
people signing up for Josh Galt's How to Win Over Your Customer seminar? And what it has is put in an Omaha steak into every single package.
Josh always uses tampon boxes as an example. I'm like, tampon boxes?
I mean, how many are there floating around? I mean, cereal boxes. It's the quality of container.
And Mike is saying, nope, just some old steak juice.
Oh, yeah, we don't like steak juice. eBay has a fuzzy search. Ooh, I love fuzzy logic. You search for XXX and you get those ranked, but you also get a whole bunch of related and try to cross-sell. That is all weighted by, yes, of course. And that's weighted by your advertising. That's weighted by a lot of things, their experience and what other people bought and so forth and so on. Juice.
Patricia was saying New York steak strips and chuck roast were the same price
What?
per pound. Is chuck roast usually less expensive?
Yeah, well, it's a big chunk of chuck. And a New York strip, though, I don't know what cut of meat it is. It's not a cut-up chuck. It's something else.
I'm just not familiar enough with
Beef chunks. You're not really up to snuff on how to chop a cow up into little mini pieces and what to call it. You know, the most delicious pieces are usually loin.
I don't really eat a lot of beef.
Loiny. Remember when I went to the tiki thing and they had the 3 pigs and we were late and so the pig was all chopped up and I was like, I want the butthole, and then the guy was
so
serving
you
it
got
to me.
the butthole?
He served it to me. I didn't eat it because I was scared.
Yeah,
You're such a
this
good
is
boy.
definitely going to be demonetized.
Yep. Too late. Might as well just play music now the whole show. What's that say?
So if you do batch, commit.
Commits
So
your
if
listings.
you do batch, commits your listings are not going to rapidly propagate into those related results as they never process being weighted. Instead, the weighting occurs via consumer views. One of the reasons eBay started identifying and blocking bots are because of the artificial views that skew those weighted drafts.
Sweetie.
That makes sense.
I
Weighted results.
I like turtles.
Okay.
I like turtles.
I like chocolate ones with the macadamia nuts
Yeah,
in
what?
them.
Yawn 3 times. If you need to get out of here right now, yawn 3 times.
Southern Vermont Vintage. I stopped by the dump and they had an ATM just removed from the local store. Proud new owner.
Nice. I love
so
that.
Awesome.
You know what? Southern Vermont Vintage. I drive around town. I've located 3 or 4 small telephone booths. Not the full step inside. Just the smaller ones that have like a base.
Freestanding.
Like freestanding ones. And most of them, they don't have phones in them anymore. And I'm just like, they're not really hooked up to electricity anymore. They got 2 big bolts on the bottom. I'm like, hey, I'm just walking
So Southern
by
Vermont
here.
Vintage, if you're still here, are you going to like part that out, sell it, keep it?
He's gonna put it in his house and get it and make himself rich. I gotta do it. Yeah.
So yeah, see, our local, our Chittenden County, our area dump service used to have drop-off stations at each of their, or they used to have little buildings where you could drop off stuff that
still
could
do.
be reusable. No, they don't.
Oh, you're saying the reuse building.
Yeah. And they got rid of that, during the past, whatever,
It's
years.
mostly because electronics all go through a recycler now who sells them on eBay. Are those Culver pieces? Let me. Now I gotta look that up. You can read some more.
Bean Nudes was saying that,
If you want.
saying I make 3,000 drafts and then commit, and
Yeah,
I
it's
can't read the rest of it.
It's not that one.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what Patricia was asking too.
It's not that one. Yeah, it's not that brand.
And she was high-fiving Biff because they both
Knew this
great
brand.
minds think alike.
Yeah, what I think that these glasses are, because they're not marked, and if they were a full-on brand, they would be marked. I believe they're like a secondary brand that was sold on the back of these, because you can see how much these are now.
No, they can't see.
Well, they can't, but they're expensive. Actually, they're not more expensive than the ones that we sold, but they. I think the ones that we sold were more. I don't think you want them at a carnival, but I don't think you got them at a gas station either. But I think they might have been more. I don't know. QVC from 1950s. Like just somehow just not like the top quality, but like good enough.
And Basket Nudes, yes, I agree. eBay doesn't care about the seller's efficiency when listing. How do they do this and that? They just care about theirs only.
Boom, ka-ching, and the second store.
Nice, Axe Monkey. Good, you're getting some sales.
I've been trying
Jovial.
to comprehend comments to no avail, so I'm just going to go outside and stick my head in the sand for a while until my headache goes away. Talk about feeling stupid.
Basket Noodle is full of
He knows it
very
all.
valuable information.
And sometimes I actually let a little bit leak into my head, but usually all the holes in my head are squirting outwards,
I can
so you can't put
grasp-
stuff in.
I can grasp some of it because often it is the same stuff that I find interesting, and you're just like, stop filling your head with stuff like that. But it's stuff that I like to get wrapped up in sometimes, so I like it. But reading it out of order, it's very hard for me to.
I have no idea. I really don't have any idea of what Basket Nudes is saying here, but I'm wondering if it is something having to do. So when you do an end and sell similar, this probably has nothing to do with what he's saying. But if you have an item and you relist that item, it doesn't do anything to it. It may just go back to the bottom of the list. So you have to change it somehow. So you have to change the price, the pictures, the title, something.
Oh, well, here you
Is
go.
that
You
what we're
want it
saying?
in simple terms, list items directly and not via bulk means.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I want simple terms. Thank you. Why couldn't you just say that instead of 10 comments?
And what you're saying, because it goes back to listing weekly or daily. So he's saying you should probably be listing frequently, daily, not doing everything.
Is that what he's saying, or is he just saying no matter how you do it, just don't use the bulk listing tools?
Right. Yeah. B nudes. Are you saying don't
red balloon?
Don't list all in one day, as in bulk listing, or don't use that bulk listing tool?
Biff just only uses one template for every item that he lists, and it has black and gold Hollywood Regency in it. Doesn't matter if he's selling like a card or a bicycle. It always says black and gold Hollywood Regency.
Yeah, Patricia was saying, and that's what Patricia's saying. There are so many repro Starburst clocks on eBay that she has to use vintage or VTG.
Dude, they are coming out. I mean, I was seeing just the other day out of China, pretty good looking Starburst clocks. I mean, I didn't look at like the mechanisms and stuff, but they were nice-ish for like not a lot. I think it was saying 200 pieces minimum, and they weren't $30 a piece, and they were, I would say, Sirocco, at least Sirocco quality with, all the different things. Some of them had little balls at the end. They were nice.
Okay, so B News was saying, the batch listing, like by a spreadsheet upload or the draft
CSV.
process.
Don't use CSV.
Or the batch process. And Patricia, in regards to using vintage or VTG,
NOS.
I'm always looking for something, vintage. So I want to see either VTG or vintage in the title, because if it's not there, I don't trust that it is vintage.
When you don't you search for? Isn't that one of your keywords in search, just to make sure that we're getting a vintage item?
Yes, I don't trust that if somebody checked the box that it's vintage, that it's really vintage. Like, I want to see that they took the time to type it out.
Oh my goodness. I am so happy to see Amy here. Literally just thinking about you today. How are you doing with Whatnot? Anything going on over there?
Lag snuggles with Teddy Bear every night.
You guys are so far behind.
So get going.
I fed my little sister's Teddy Ruxpin a bunch of pennies when I didn't go over well for your butt. Oh, that's funny.
Patricia had an awesome sale. Her best sale in 2024 was $9,100.
I'm just gonna go ahead and call that 10 grand. So happy sales to you.
That's awesome, Patricia.
I hope it was from your hoard. I hope you fracked that from your hoard, and it was just lying there the whole time. I love that. There's nothing better than something I pull out a little plum out of our
she says
junk pile.
it went to Slovenia.
Slovenia, wow.
In eBay auction.
Was it Eastern Europe? Was it like whatever, like famous Russian jewelry? But it was costume, so it couldn't have been like a 100-year-old piece, probably. Did they have costume jewelry 100 years ago?
It was, I think, a brand start? Or.
What do you think? Is costume jewelry as old as jewelry? Or at some point was jewelry? There was no costume jewelry.
So,
it was all gold or something.
Paul was like, I love that you sold that, but why did they buy it? If you're talking about that mask for $900, it was a dump post, so people collect them.
So that was super rare. It came out in 1978 only.
Amy, we love you too.
It was called Elton Alien. It was based off of Gillis, which was a different mask. They used a sculpt called Gillis, which was a underwater guy, and then they made him Elton Alien for 1 year. He was one of the ghoulies, glow-in-the-dark ghoulies, and he was Dawn Post from the 70s, which are the hottest Dawn Post masks, are the glow-in-dark ones from the 70s. So we just found the mask, but there was probably another 10 masks there that we could have each sold. Had some more fun.
Yes, Patricia was saying vintage in search is indiscriminately used by some sellers. It is, and I hate that. And Paul was asking, "Hey, Josh! Josh is here. Aloha." Paul was asking Patricia, "Why was the costume jewelry so valuable?"
Yeah, I'd like to also know that.
Yeah, and Patricia was saying the costume jewelry has been around as long as people wanted to look wealthy.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. I was just thinking, I'm like, okay, in Egypt. They didn't
The
have
cat
costume
photo. The cat photo. That's what Paul was asking about.
Yeah, I know.
It's
It's
a cute
just
cat.
to me, a person of very refined taste, found that cat picture to be. I was unable to throw it away because sometimes I might just you might just throw that away. But I was like, I'm not going to keep it. But I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to donate it. I'm going to sell it on eBay.
Some breaking news. Josh Galtz. This just in from our correspondent,
Beep, beep, beep,
Josh
beep, beep, beep,
Galtz.
beep, beep, beep. On the ground in our 51st state.
Thank you.
eBay. Reseller.
Breaking news.
News.
eBay has permanently suspended the shipping supply coupons for all Canadians.
What?
What the heck does that mean?
Wait a minute. They just jerked your chain right there. That is. Hold on a second.
Why are they doing that?
Do you get this month's? Do you at least get this month's $25
Are they going to
coupons?
do that to us too?
Why are they ruining you? Are they taking that away from us? I will never list on eBay again if you take away my free coupon, my free stuff.
Amy did a AI Google. I think that's what the AI is. And it said that costume jewelry has been around for almost 300 years, but its golden age was in the mid 20th century.
Okay. Because what my thought process was, at some point, gold, you just made it out of gold because that's what you make jewelry out of. And then it wasn't until gold became so, or maybe it was because the bourgeois came up. And so they couldn't make all the jewelry out of gold because they would run out of gold. So then, and gold became more precious. So then they started making costume jewelry.
So the piece that Patricia sold is from the 1930s, and the brooch was a published USA Trifari manufactured one. That's hard to find. Had it 20 plus years. Wow, Patricia. Oh man.
And Patricia, may I ask?
That is so awesome.
Just for the reseller and us all, how much, if you don't mind sharing?
What 20? She's had it 20 plus years.
I know. How much did she buy it for? Because I bought those tiki things 20 plus years ago, and I bought them for $75, and now they sell for $2,200. So, if I'm doing math right,
oh wait, what is that? No. What do you have highlighted up there?
no, hard to find. 1930s.
Oh.
Let's see here. I didn't come up with a number because you interrupt my mathematics. I have to do it again. 75 goes into 2,000, 100 million times. It's probably like 20 to 2,800, 3,200%.
So Amy has not been back to Whatnot, and then she says womp womp.
Oh.
It seems like a lot of work. So
Michelle Kirkpatrick, aloha!
Hey! Aloha! So nice to see you. It's been a while. One Foot Flipper did a test like a week.
Dab.
Oh, was it a week? Big Dre.
1 foot flips stir. What did he do?
A week. He was doing a Whatnot show like every day for a week straight or something, and he just said it's a lot of work for not really great results.
Right. In fact, he said he hated District. He said Didbit was dumb. I think that's what he said.
He gives those guys crap all the time. It's hilarious.
But I think he gave it a big shot. But what he said was that, he moved a lot of product, but the amount he made because of the discounty kind of thing was not necessarily worth it for his particular thing, which is stuff you've been sitting on for a long time, which means I'm not going to go do that. So.
And Southern Vermont Vintage was saying that they have done a few whatnot shows.
Yeah, and I don't think Biff it is. Biff
typical
says
issues.
Oops, sorry. What?
Typical issues. Just small, easy to combine shipping for multi-buys.
Yeah, I mean, it's very helpful, Basket Noodle, to know those things, to know how the tech works. But even so, knowing it, that's the best game you can get. So ESS, like Biff is saying, is the best that you got. It's really the tool that we have. They're not getting rid of it because it's supposed to be there. It is the only tool we have.
So Josh, back to Josh saying eBay is no longer offering the coupons. He said that he gets it until the end of the year because he paid the full year's subscription. Excuse me. The subscription fees are $5,000 a year on eBay.
What?
And the supply coupons were around $1,200 a year. So that's a massive chunk.
Hold on, I gotta do more math. So let's see.
It's like 25%.
I'm just trying to think of how much. So if it's 25 and we pay 60, or do we pay 60 a month? No, then we would get 50. So we're paying 20. We're only paying $21 a month. So $66 per quarter, and we get $25 off. So yeah, it's roughly
That's like 33. Yeah, a third.
Yeah. Or more. Yeah. No.
I wonder if they're gonna do that to U.S.
They better not.
Too.
Because I'll stop selling.
I wonder.
And then they're not gonna make any
if
more
they
money.
had like an explanation.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
It's probably because there's going to be
that's
tariffs
why it seems
on
so
the.
much.
There's
It's
going to be
Canadian, honey. It does seem like a lot. $5,000 a year.
Yeah, still, it's $5,000 Canadian when you're living in Canada.
Canada.
With Canadian money, that's a lot of.
That's the kind of money you use up there.
Oh wait, Curious Collection was saying no hacks, sell great items for less than others. Womp womp.
Yeah, that's just beat the number of the going, and that number changes constantly, or at least as much as you should be listed, at least weekly. I mean, if you could double check your numbers every single week on eBay, I contend that that's how often trends change on eBay. Some things. I can say things can dip in 1 week, and that's why you don't have any sales in that thing, and then come back up. And it's not even visibility wise. It's just the market shift is incredible. I'm smart. I can say words.
B Nudes was saying with end and sell similar, you're best deleting and then doing the ESS likely 72 hours later. So you're just saying ending, not deleting, right? You're best with ending.
No, he knows that.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to redo all your. But
well, for somebody that's maybe listening that's not familiar with this, you don't want them to delete their listings and then have them totally gone.
You don't care if I can think, can you? I'm going to crash this airplane in the mountain because I can't think. But I'm trying to think. Hold on. Nothing's happening. Biff says ESS is best deleting. So you're saying go 4 days on and 3 days off of eBay with my items? Oh, you just triple dog dared me to do something super risky and unnecessary. And I'm going to do that for you, Basket Noodle. I'm going to try taking down stuff that doesn't sell or doesn't get any visibility or doesn't get any views in the past week because I relisted things every week. I'm going to take them down today and not relist them until Saturday. What do you think about that? I'm going to take down I'm going to try that. Leave things down for 3 days and then put them back up and see if there's any sort of noticeable, like, oh, these just now. Because sometimes when you redo that once a week, things will sell. But I want to see if I can tell anything else. It's probably
just our junk drawer, right?
Drunk driver? What?
Junk drawer.
You just yawned.
Yeah, I'm yawning a lot.
That's the end of us. That's it. The show's gonna fall.
So,
soon.
Den Decor is asking Basket, just for an efficiency standpoint, I do, or he is commenting, I do 200 cards at a shot, and it does take a day or two to really gain traction.
Agreed. That's why the nuclear reset went out the window, because.
And Biff was saying to B News, that is interesting. Oh, Amy's been fixing titles with ChatGPT, and it seems to help.
That's super good. I mean, I've been playing around with AI this morning, with that thing that you were talking about, and then I made a video. So on YouTube, the one guy I watched, media, for YouTube advice, how to do YouTube stuff, and he was showing this thing, and it was called InVideo AI, and it's fully generative. And it's not the first. There's lots of tools, but this one is fully generative, where you can put in your, what do you call the thing when you type the words? You put in your instructions, whatever those are called, and it actually makes a generative movie, full movie. And he typed in, show me Indiana Jones meeting some new YouTube influencers. And it made a full, relatively not a lot of action, but like scenes of like Indiana Jones going, ooh, and then there's sunlight, and he's in a warehouse, and then he goes around the corner, and there's all these aliens with circle
ring
lights with ring
and
lights.
Cell phones posing. It was pretty interesting.
And it was from a single sentence, a fresh material. And he likes to do things based on the Bible, and he made a new channel with 5 new videos using
like Bible stories,
but using Legos. Like he wrote into his script, use Legos or Minecraft to tell the story. Yeah, animated like Minecraft. And it looks exactly, it's amazing.
So you remember a while back, John from Flippin' It Easy, he was using the chatbot or something. You remember how he said he would type in, give me bullet point descriptions?
Yes,
and
I've done that a couple times.
And it did a really good job.
Well, that's how we sold the those $2,200 Whitco items. It actually had a bullet pointed ChatGPT description in it. I don't know if that sold it, because people love that Whitco.
Mike was saying the best thing to break the eBay code is to list something that will sell in a nanosecond for a good profit that is 5 times your norm.
And
then Basket News was saying the old listing will be flagged for deletion when the database undergoes its maintenance compression. The item will appear actually new in its commits.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah. Computers. The best thing to break the eBay code. Oh, wait. You already read that.
Wait, no live orking, please. Oh, that was what you were. Right. We were trying to do the.
Oh. Glenn Ross. Too bad I only get a handful of those each month. Orkings.
So, and B News is saying optimally with ESS, you'd want to avoid ESS on items with many views, as that will be a waiting indicator. And if we have offers out on items, we don't do end and sell similar. Or if they do have a lot of items, or a lot of views, we sometimes don't.
Orking the hoard.
Yes, they are cheap and weak. Yeah.
Yes, the external box.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Parker. The lyrics to the fracking song.
Can you see his little tiny little?
That's his front paw.
That's a foot, and then the nose is right here, and you press that, and then something happens.
The lyrics to the fracking this song, as I heard them, LOL. Biff was saying, I wanted to steal a clock off an abandoned building that I would drive by for years. Eventually, the whole place burned, so it would have been saving it.
Way back in time, in my youthful years, I was what you call, in some respects, I'm not the worst taker advantage of this, but a field collector is where, because I'm an urban archaeologist, let's call that, because that's where you just break into stuff and look around. Field collecting is where you take something from it. So you have to be, I mean, I used to be pretty lenient with the field collecting as we went to abandoned tiki places in the 90s. And we had one here actually in town. And I found a bunch of Whitco stuff there. Not those things I just sold, but some other things that we still have that are just really...
We have 4 minutes, and they're still...
Okay.
Like,
I'm not going to tell you more stories.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the no money. There's the spam. I'll just read the first word of each comment. Paul, Culver, span, I've, the, avoid,
Stop.
batch. Okay. Don't be
Dental
rude.
Core was saying the trading card photo AI is rough today. It's maybe 50-50 in identifying cards. That doesn't sound good. And again, Basket Nudes, he was talking about avoid the batch listing by
make
spreadsheet
sense.
upload or draft process.
Just to make other sense. Mario.
Yeah, the Southern Vermont Vintage was anyone back in the day remember hiding a million keywords. People still do that every so often.
And it's
but
illegal now. Now they'll hurt you.
Biff's gonna try the 72-hour pause.
Yeah, what is that? That's an insane thing. Is it gonna, Biff? Are you gonna try it across the board? You're just gonna try it in a chunk, right? You're gonna try a chunk out because I don't want anybody to ruin, lose momentum or something. But it's an interesting theory that I've never tried anything even remotely similar to that. That could be that I could have gleaned any information from.
And if using ESS, you have to give the systems time
That's
to
real
physically
interesting.
delete the old records. I mean, it makes sense. You remember way back
Very interesting.
where you remember you guys where the numbers that were showing for items in a store weren't matching.
Yeah.
They're like the
I
items
still
you
don't
had
think
in
that
store.
matches.
Yeah, and you remember when you called in and they were like, "Oh, that's because it takes time for."
Time was like
whatever to
hours.
read your items.
It was like hours, and that's when
and
they
get
were
them relisted. And
That's
we were
when
like,
they were introducing their AI. Well, they were looking at each one of our items as it was listed. I think that's what was happening.
Okay, so we can scroll down because we read those as they came in.
Okay, but I gotta do them all. Boop, boop, boop. Good afternoon. Amy says that costume Julie's been around for almost 300 years. Breaking news.
Okay, keep going.
Shipping supply coupons.
Down.
Bean.
Down. Keep
That's
going.
horse malarkey.
Paul.
The brooch
Fantastic
was
sale.
published.
Literally know nothing about costume Julie. Congrats, Patricia.
Yeah, that's such an awesome
Southern
sale.
Vermont. I live for the 50 boxes for $10 every 3 months.
Yes, me too. I mean, now we're gonna go to that box company. What's it called? Box company. Shout out Beater
don't
Picker,
remember.
5% off at the box place that we talked about.
But then somebody was saying that they're a little flimsy. Was it Mike G that said tried this other place?
So it depends on the size of the box, but I'm talking about 6x8 by 4 boxes, which are fairly small, so their flimsiness is fine.
And the
Wait,
brooch
Patricia
was
got
from
this
her
mother.
mother.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
how nice! Oh man, that's awesome. Oh yeah, Southern Vermont Vintage was like, so are they going to be lowering the store cost for the Canadian folks?
I know, if
then?
they're not giving anything, and I wonder if that is something they're gonna try to pass on.
And
over
Josh
here.
has already had to head out. He was saying aloha, but he was saying that crossing the border
Through an
now,
armed
he
US
has
Coast Guard
to.
military roadblock.
Is that because one of our Vermont custom?
No, they already moved him to Minnesota.
No, but I'm just saying because criminals came
Oh,
across.
you mean they're putting extra defenses?
Or is this something that? Anyhow,
We did lose
one
a
of our
Border
agents
Patrol
was
agent.
murdered.
By some real young, in love, shooty people.
Talk about what was that movie with
Yes,
Juliette Lewis
that one.
and
That's the
yeah,
murder. What's it called? Killers, California Killers. Something like that.
Natural Born Killers.
That's it.
Oh yeah, and the guy supposedly murdered his landlord
Yeah,
in California.
So he murdered the cop here. She got shot and arrested. He was on the lam
they were
and was
supposedly
arrested
wearing
in
tactical
California.
gear.
he was arrested in California. He had shot and stabbed his
80-something-year-old
landlord 2 years ago,
landlord.
and poked out his eye or something. And then because he's like, I guess his life is up, he ran back to California and killed him. So he only half killed him 2 years ago and came back and killed him like last week or something. After he ran away from here.
Oh my God, that is just so horrific.
Yeah.
Oh, that breaks my heart. That is so awful.
That's what we got. Bazooka permits. Do you know how much strength it takes?
Anyhow, so I'm wondering if
Look at his little head.
tighter security
Can you
now
see this
up
little
there.
head? It's a little head.
Oh,
it takes tremendous effort and self-control not to squeeze.
Oh, Beer Can Faker, we're a little late saying hi, but aloha to you. Nice to see you on your lunch break, I'm presuming. Paul, he saw a puff of smoke come out of your left ear from thinking.
Dial of dysentery. Michelle Kirkpatrick's. I like to take items down and leave them unlisted for a little while before reposting. I'm really interested in this. I'm telling you, this is like one of those things that never crossed my mind. Like, just like totally a clean little test that we could maybe try something. Again, wouldn't be gaming, but it would very specifically being waiting until your old one was taken down. So when you put up that new one, eBay knows it looks at as a fresh thing as opposed to maybe a
And she was
rehash.
saying that I tried List Perfectly for a few months to pull the items off of eBay, but reposting from List Perfectly was horrible
I
money.
agreed. So List Perfectly
We're not.
canceled.
Yeah. And
I think did James have that? Who else did that?
Curious
Collection.
Curious Collection,
Yep.
they decided just for them personally that using cross-listers just was not worth it for them. They said it wasn't necessarily the programs, it's just that the money they were putting out to cross-list, it wasn't really resulting
Paul.
in
I have
to
been
justify.
in situations like that. There was where I grew up in California, in Palo Alto, California. University Avenue is like the street that goes into Stanford University. Palm trees on all the sides. It's also the downtown area for Palo Alto, the town that Stanford sits beside. And there was a huge street sign, this is like high school, that said University Avenue straight up on an underpass. And my friends and I just went and stole those signs. It was like 6 feet tall. And then it went up in the lobby of this local school in the area.
6x6!
And they never replaced it or anything. And that's like sort of like the story. It's like there's a few of those stories where I don't know why, but we took street signs and other things. Should be arrested.
6x6 is here. Reach for the sky. Southern Vermont Vintage. Anyone knowledgeable in Japanese block prints? I have a binder.
So
looking to get info on them.
So I'm just trying to think. Block print. So we've had the cutouts. They're like red paper, real fine red paper, and they're like cutouts. I'm trying to think but block print is not like from a piece of wood, like a print. Which I think we've also had those. And you use India ink, but there's some red ones. I don't know. There's like these red papers that are cut so intricately. So I did not answer your question, but I did talk a lot.
Don Flippin.
Oh, they have a binder of 20 sex positions.
Yeah. Don Flippin, where is eBay coupon for the
Chinese like that? I don't know if it's Japanese.
Quarter.
It might be Chinese.
Or for... Where is eBay coupon for their quarter?
Where is it? Go into go right to your
I want to get some boxes.
You go to your main seller hub, sorry. And then you go to marketing and then scroll down. It goes summary, discounts, buyers groups, subscriber discounts. Then you click on subscriber discount, and what it should say right there is new with a little banner. eBay shipping supplies, $25. Coupon with a basic store subscription towards the purchases of blah, blah, blah. Ends March 31st, 2025. So as long as you haven't used it, you can.
Like, are you actually asking where the heck is it because I don't see it?
Oh, are you in
Canada? Because if you are, Josh said that they're stopping it for Canadians.
And they also, you have to go through the Coast Guard.
Like one time I took my ideals down, got a job, and relisted them 2 years later, and I got laid off. Works. Trust the process. You're so goofy. Biff, he's going, there's 20
Wait, is this
positions?
the end?
Yeah. Southern,
There's 20.
Southern Vermont vintage. I think they call it a pillow book. Oh, Don Flippin said thanks.
Well, I do. There's lots of that stuff. Japanese, Chinese, those Asian cultures spent a lot of time before TV on sex drawings.
Jovial was thinking the same thing. And Jovial, I have got to say, you are so stinking cute. How you always have information about like what a day is. Like today is National Kiss Your Pet on the Nose Day, or
is it?
National, I'm just saying that, Eat a Booger Day. I just love how.
When is Eat a Booger Day? Let's get that going. Can we go now? We have to go now.
Yeah, we do.
Everybody.
Oh, hey, you guys, we made it to the
Check
end.
this out. I'm going to do Ryan. Thanks again for all of you who spent your time with us this afternoon. Thank you so much.
Mike Seller, thanks for Pokey's treat.
Oh, yeah, that's for the treat fund. I am going to play Ryan's song that he just sent us, and it is so great that you're going to love it. And I don't even think it'll make Beard jump out the window. So. Hey, John, you guys were recording the Profit Playbook podcast, which is this Saturday.
You're still sick.
And he's got the funk.
And wait, I thought you were getting your wisdom teeth out today, too.
No, he canceled that. No, it's Thursday.
Oh, Thursday.
You can't go.
You won't be able to go if you're sick.
Because they asked you.
Gosh dang it. I'm sorry you're sick. Is Jenna sick, too, now? Although it might take a couple more days for her to catch it.
Okay, here we go. Here's the Ryan song.
Feel
we will
better,
see
John.
you on Monday. If we don't see you before, maybe we'll come in with the little members.
On Monday. Oh, right.
Aloha. Here we go.
Bye, silver hair, jovial, everyone. Oh, wait. Get you a bag of corn chips as it's National Corn Chip Day.
Lovers of corn chip. Frito-Lay or die.
It's stressing, it's depressing, and just plain pressing me past my limits. Pictures and drafts, and so much trash. There's one thing I got to do. I'm fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard. Listing more crap in my eBay store, 'cause I'm fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard from the death pile in my floor. Mondays and Wednesdays, you know where I'ma be. Primo, Kimo, Spam, and Little Pokey. Hall, Major Win, Ale, Jovial too. Basket like the Fafo, boo. There's so many more, oh you never know what's in store. Posted fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard. Listing more crap on my eBay store, 'cause we're fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard from the death pile in our floor. So long, beat it, babies. So long, ace of base. So long, overpriced vinyl. Get up out of my face. 'Cause we're fracking the hoard, fracking the hoard. Listing more crime.